road to Camp Randall starts now as we will reveal for the very first time the 240 teams who made the postseason, find out who they will play and what their path to a championship looks like. Good morning and happy Saturday. I am Carly Murata alongside Luke Gamble and WIS Sports General Manager Travis Wilson. Pablo Iglesias will be joining us throughout the show.
It's an exciting day as we get to bring the high school football playoff brackets to you for the very first time, as teams are fighting to land a spot at Camp Randall on November 16th and 17th. Travis, first off, great to have you. Can you give us a little background information on how these teams get into the playoffs and how the seeding works?
Absolutely. It can be a complex process, it can be a confusing process at times, but ultimately it comes down to your conference record, how you do in conference. 4 conference wins, over 500 in your conference record, guarantees you a spot. If you are under 500, then you're up to tiebreakers, and it's not a guarantee you'll get in. There's a whole long list of procedures we won't go through today. But long and short of it, the more you win, the better chance you get in.
All right, let's get right to it with the 8-man bracket reveal. It's top-seeded Clayton hosting Shell Lake. McDonald Catholic is a 2-seed hosting Siren. And then we have Gilman comes in as the number 1 seed against Newman Catholic. Then Thorpe will host Owen Withy in a matchup of 2 versus 3.
All right, let's go to the other side now. North Crawford is the top seed hosting Abundant Life Christian St. Ambrose. Then it's Oakfield as the 2 seed taking on Almond Bancroft. On the bottom right side of the bracket, it's the number 1 seed Florence facing off against Gibraltar. Lena St. Thomas Aquinas is the 2 seed hosting Three Lakes Phelps.
So here's a full look at the 8-player playoff bracket. The championship game will be Saturday, November 11th at Southwood County Stadium in Wisconsin Rapids. Newman Catholic is the 2-time defending state champion.
All right, Travis, first bracket of the day. What are kind of your takeaways from this one? What are the games that you're kind of looking at?
Well, we have 7 undefeated teams and 8 players still remaining, which is outstanding. And one of them is not Newman Catholic, the 2-time defending state champions. They're down a little bit this year. We may have a new champion this season. Gilman has been ranked number 1 most of the last part of the year, but I also really like McDonald Catholic and just a good group of teams in 8-player. Again, 7 undefeated teams out of 16 qualifiers. We're in for some great games.
All right. Exciting. Makes it even more fun. Well, let's keep it going here. We are now revealing the first quadrant of the Division 7 bracket. It starts with Dunn St. Croix Conference champs Boyceville hosting Clear Lake. Spring Valley is the 4 seed against Hurley. 3rd-seeded Regis will host Elmwood Plum City, and the Marewood Conference champs Edgar will play Glenwood City. Well, let's talk about the defending Division 7 champions of Regis. Travis, what can you tell us about this team and kind of what they've gone through this season?
Well, it hasn't been as easy as last year for sure. That was a really talented group that they had last year, some really high-level players, including Xander Rockow, who's now at Minnesota. Not the kind of dominance that we saw from them last year, but they play in a very tough Clover Belt conference. They're going to be well prepared for the postseason. But getting a 3 seed, it's going to be tough for them, and it's a very tough bracket that they are in. Looking at a potential level 2 showdown with Edgar, who, even though they have 1 loss, might be the best team in the division.
What's maybe the most outstanding thing about Regis so far this season, or something to look forward to when watching this team?
Well, they certainly got a lot of valuable experience last year. Even the players that didn't play a lot last season, they got all kinds of extra practice time, 5 weeks of extra time to get ready. So that should bode well for them this year. But again, it's not an easy path for the Ramblers.